Hello again. Now we're going to go on to moving our naming areas. This isn't going to be on adding text to the map just yet, just naming specific areas and just some tips on how to name places on your map well. Um, so I'll bring up my map here for an example. This is out of date at this point, but this map still looks pretty good. You can see we have the scale here. I actually feel like I may have made this too big. If I could go back, I would make this quite a bit smaller, but it's too late. So you really want to get that right off the bat. So if you notice the names of my map here, by the way, this is the continent map of Esmar, which is the continent that the trilogy I am currently working on will take place on. It is called Of Princess Juliana. It will be a trilogy written in 9 parts. So, not really a trilogy, but it's still a trilogy. Um, and as you can see, the names are, they have some meaning behind them. They're not just, you know, dark mountains or evil ridge or the black forest. All of the names here actually have a sense of etymology behind them. Um, you know, like the lands of Magros, lands of Ekthan, lands of Iwell. These are all family names, um, and there's history behind them, right? There's a lot of history behind them. The name Vordiel, um, obviously, you can't put a lot of depth and history behind every name, right? It's just not going to happen. You're not going to have the time. Um, You have Evolthia, the names of the cities. Those are named after important historical figures. Oranome, named after Orano. Elenome, named after Ellen or Eleno, I don't remember. Adoradai, I think is just Adoradai. When you have so much detail in your writing, you can't remember everything. You really can't. Caldrata. These are all names that they all have meaning. And so, what I'm basically trying to encourage you to do is to make sure your names have meaning. Like when you can make up a name, but find the meaning in that name. Um, like Remthan, or I, that's a typo. I need to fix that. It's supposed to be Remthan, not Rem. Not Remthan, important historical figure, son of Cecil Doom. Akthan, brother of Remthan, again, son of Cecil Doom, an important historical figure. Deer, that's a name I made up because, uh, like I said, you can't come up with everything. And, you know, and you can base names off of other names, right? So you have like, of Norom, right? So that's kind of like North Ornome. Evilnor, that's kind of like North Evil, because this area here is called Evil. Um, and I have a little bit more detailed map. This map also is kind of outdated. Um, Again, mid-level, basically like mid-level. So you don't have to like 200 IQ every name. You can kind of take it a little bit easy on yourself. But still, you still want your names to have meaning, and your readers aren't going to know the meaning probably, but there's a certain like essence and spirit behind and power behind names hold tremendous amounts of power, and when a name has history behind it, people aren't going to know it, but they're going to feel it, right? I mean, that's why Tolkien's world is so incredibly impactful. It's because there's so much detail. He took so much time writing these languages, um, and the words, they all have meaning. They came from his heart, and it's powerful, right? That power carries through the words. If I just named this city like, I don't know, some really just pointless name, it wouldn't have that. So your names really have to have heart and soul. That said, because this is a completely made up map that I have divulged literally zero attention to, other than the purpose of making this video, I will be having to make up all the names just right off the bat. And so I will be kind of showing you how I do that in the next video when we're dropping names. Literally.